Should have put my information
Here.
on your front porch of your house.
I like that. Okay. And so it's in the afternoon,
The afternoon.
and I'm drinking 50-50 tea with a lemon.
Sounds good.
Oh, great. This is wonderful. And how many, so am I a, I got a cow-calf operation?
We're going to say you're a stalker.
Stalker,
That's going to be a lot
yeah.
easier for you.
Oh, great. Okay.
We're going to say you're a stalker operator and you're getting about 2 to 3 potloads of cattle a week to feed out to be sent to a feedlot.
Great. Great. Okay. Colby, sure glad you're here. And I don't know if you know it or not, but Jay and Caitlin are my son and daughter in business with me, and they're very interested in what.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice touch. They'd be very interested in what you have to say, and so I got a couple of questions to start. Is that I heard of course Bayer, I know about Bayer aspirin, and I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about why you're representing Bayer and Baytril 100, and then tell me about it, and just whatever you want to talk about. Great, let her rip.
Yes, sir. Well, as you said, Bayer, you've heard of aspirin, but Bayer also deals in animal science, pharmaceuticals as well. The pharmaceutical field for these in Bayer has really grown over the last few years. For number one, because in a rising population, so there's more food having to be produced.
Mm-hmm.
So that means healthier animals means healthier people. So we're trying to, step up the game in human pharmaceuticals as well as animal pharmaceuticals as well. And specifically here today, I'm here to talk to you about Baytril. Baytril is the #1 selling antibiotic in its class. It outsells everything else that's comparable to it.
How did you come to be acquainted with Baytril?
Baytril is really the #1 antibiotic that Bayer pushes. It's their #1 seller, and it outsells every antibiotic on the market. Now you've probably heard of Mycotil, you've heard of Nuflor.
Mm-hmm.
Those antibiotics are great antibiotics by our competitor of Merck, but they're not quite there to where they need to be. Simply,
What do you mean by that?
well, they do fight 3 of the main pathogens in bovine respiratory disease.
Mm-hmm.
But Bayer has taken, with permission of Merck and those other companies, and really threw in one more that takes away the Mycoplasma bovine.
What do you mean with permission of Merck?
We've went in with Merck and done a study together, actually. Bayer has, to come up with this Baytril. So it's basically the new and improved version of these other antibiotics on the market.
But still, how did you come to hear about it? How did you come to be acquainted with it?
Bayer sent me to be trained to
Well, I mean, how did you even hear about Bayer in the first place? You're sleeping in the middle of the night and say, I got to go to work for Bayer. I mean, have you had personal experience with it, or how did you?
I actually had an experience with a guy with Ivesco Animal Health, and
Yeah?
Ivesco is a
Tell me a little bit about that.
Ivesco is a distributor of Bayer products.
Mm-hmm.
Bayer is on the market for a new representative for this region, and I had the opportunity to go with Ivesco, interview with Ivesco. They really liked me, but it just wasn't going to work because they were really full of representatives.
Mm-hmm.
So Bayer called needing a representative, so I made a couple phone calls, and I went and had a meeting in Michigan, and here
Wow.
today. So,
Wow, good for you.
yes, sir.
Great, I'm happy you're here. Well, tell me a little bit more.
Okay, Baytril 100. I understand you guys also. I guess you receive 2 or 3 potloads of calves a week. I understand that. Is that correct? You guys, okay? You guys are sending a lot of cattle to feedlots in. Feedlots, big problem is respiratory problems. Bovine respiratory disease is the #1 killer of cattle in the feedlot. So if we start with you guys are having these stalker calves. If you guys treat these calves when they first come into your place from another cow-calf operators, that prevents those calves from getting sick in the feedlot and dying. Dying calves mean losing money. So if you have healthy cattle, you're going to make money.
Makes sense so far.
Okay, there's a turn here. I got a pamphlet here. It actually tells us a little bit about Baytril. You guys can get a good look at it here. I guess I'll set it this direction.
I'll tell you what, can you read upside down and just
You bet.
and just hit some of the salient features and the high points?
You bet. As I mentioned earlier, it fights those four pathogens that are carried in BRD. That's the main reason that Baytril is so successful on the market. For number 1, it kills those 4. For number 2, it's effective within 1 to 2 hours.
That's good. We've had a problem with that, haven't we?
You guys have probably had a problem with injecting these cattle and expecting it to be going into effect really fast, and it's probably not working very fast. But Baytril is going to go to work in 1 to 2 hours. Not only that, it can be used as a prevention or it can be used as a treatment. So you can control it, or you can prevent this BRD with this Bactriol 100. Now, you probably heard the old phrase, a little bit more is probably a lot better. So Bactriol's kind of that way. If you give a calf, the recommended dosage for Bactriol is 3.5 cc's or milliliters to 5.5 depending on the weight per 100 weight.
And you're going to come out and do that?
No, sir. I'll try to guide you along, though. I'll help you guys get the correct dosage for these cattle. But if the 3.5 dosage per 100 weight is really, that's what we consider the control. That's to prevent. Now, if you're going to call it treatment, we want you to bump it up. The more the merrier. That's what we like to call it. So the more you give these cattle, the better chance you have of stopping this BRD and any other disease that may affect the lungs.
Okay. You guys got any questions?
That sounds good to me.
Well, I've really not heard of Bactriol, and I'm kind of happy with where I am.
Can you tell me what product you're currently using?
What am I currently using?
Maybe Mycotel or Nuflor?
I think it's New Floor.
Nuflor.
Nuflor. Okay. Well, as I said earlier, Bactriol is off of Bayer. Bayer has worked with Merck. Merck is another great company in animal pharmaceuticals. And Bactriol is just the new and improved version of these medications, but just simply because they treat more and they work faster.
I've heard this stuff is kind of expensive.
Yes, sir, it is. It's about $109.
What?
It's $109. It's about $100.
One person every semester gets that. And tonight you're like,
it is about $109 per 100 milliliters or cc's. It's kind of expensive, but the theory of it is if you spend the money to keep the cattle healthier, you're going to make money in the long run. It's going to help you in the long run.
as you talked about, if they die at the feedlot, it really doesn't do any good. So
It sure doesn't.
press on.
Well, that's really all I have to say about Bactriol. It's really simple. It can be broke, like I said. It treats the 4 major pathogens. It can be treated. It goes to work 1 to 2 hours. It's fast acting because of that. You can give a single dosage for the prevention or the treatment. It can be taken care of with 1 simple shot of those cattle coming off the truck.
Well, what you say is great stuff, and it all sounds wonderful.
Okay, well, can I possibly get you guys a bottle today and let you try it out for yourself? And if you're happy with it, I'll be back.
So, in other words, you're just going to say, you're going to drive by and you're going to throw a bottle in the mailbox and say good luck?
No, sir, I'll hand deliver it to you. I'll come by and I'll give it to you personally.
What do you guys think?
I think we need more than a bottle right now.
We need more in a bottle?
Okay, need a case or
Can
two?
we ask questions? Can we ask questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, I do have a question.
I'm counting on you
You
to
say
ask
the more the
questions.
better, or the more you give, the better. Is that ever gonna result in like resistance? I mean, with antibiotics, that is like a big thing. Like sometimes the more you give to them, they become resistant to it, and they don't respond to it when you give it to them when they need it.
I understand that. That's a great question. But with Bactriol, as it says, the more the merrier. Bactriol, all it does is go straight to the lungs. It stays in the lungs, and it doesn't go anywhere else. So it goes to where the problem is, and it's going to stay there. Your question basically is it going to build a resistance? No, it can't build a resistance because it has an opportunity to, because it goes straight to the lungs. Now, you've probably heard, as an old farmer always says, if you take like a bolus and you give straight to the lungs, it damages the lungs. This isn't a bolus. This isn't a pill. This is under the skin, a subcutaneous shot that's going to go straight to the lungs slowly. It has to go through a lot of stuff to get there. But once it gets to the lungs, it stays there. So I don't think you have a problem with building resistance.
What other questions?
That's all I have.
Wow.
What? Well, is this something we want to try on everything all at once, or would we want to try it on some and as a test against what we're using, or what do you guys think?
I mean, I think since it is kind of expensive, we could try it out, test it to see, or we buy just a whole bunch and then turn it.
What if
not
you
to
guys
like
let me
it.
know when you get a truck in? I'll come and help you guys out, and
What do you mean help us out?
I'll help you guys administer 1 load of cattle, and you can take those cattle and compare it to your other products and see how it's working for you.
Sounds pretty reasonable to me.
Sounds great.
I mean, we're all for making money, and we're doing okay, but there's no harm in keeping more dollars in our pocket than we've done in the past. All right, so what's next?
What's next is, I guess I can give you guys a card and give me a holler if you're ready to try it out. and I can come back by and visit with you. And
Let me try this again. You asked us if we're ready, and we said yes. So what's next?
Let me sell you a bottle. I'll come by and bring you a bottle.
And how does that work? What's the mechanics of that? How do we do it? Do I sign something right now or what?
No, sir. I'll take a handshake. That's a man's word, I think.
Okay,
If I shake your hand, I think that's your word.
great. And so then when we got the next in 1 week, is that when we need him back?
I'd say, yeah, 1 week, a week and a half, somewhere.
Okay, we'll give you a shout. We got you. You can give me your card. I got your cell phone number. That's great. I'll give you a shout, and then I'll call you ahead of time so you can come back. And yeah, we would be very interested in helping us out and getting started. And then you're going to be here to follow up with us.
Yes, sir.
Great.
I'll be here to follow up
Wonderful.
with you. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Feel free. How'd you do?
I did all right, but I didn't know how to close it. It's the way I came in here. I didn't really know how to close this. I didn't know if I was supposed to try to sell you a whole case of it, sell you one bottle of it, or I didn't know how it was going to work.
Yeah, well, you did just fine. You did great, and you brought honor to yourself and the class. But that's exactly right. Is that we said yes, and then you just say okay. Then it's going to be whatever. How much is it going to be? How much did I buy?
$109.
$109 for a bottle.
Yes.
I said $109. Okay. Then you just say $109, and I'll bring it out next week and whatever. So yeah, just follow through. If somebody's saying they're going to buy, just. You get 99% of the way there, and unless you get the last 1%, it's in vain. But you did great. Your opening and probing, I thought it was just fine. Let's see, we got benefits. Oh, and objections. Okay, and objections. Tell me about what objections that we have.
Your product was currently working. Is that what it was?
You were happy enough, but what was one of the big questions we had?
If it would cause resistance.
If it cause resistance.
Yeah, and I would say that was probably, you guys tell me, that's probably the most important question of the whole thing, isn't it?
That was a good question.
Yeah, because all the other stuff you can work around or whatever, but if it causes resistance, that's not good. So I thought you did a great job of handling that, and immediately, oh, and you were not just addressing me. I told you they were in the business, and you were addressing them as well, which was very good. And when she asked the question, you directly addressed her. When we go buy things, my wife buys everything in our family except the groceries. We go in to buy something, and I tell them, she is doing all the buying. Direct all your questions to her. And guess who they talk to?
Talk to you.
And they talk to me, and I immediately redirect them. So excellent, you picked up on that right away and did it. And the close, and overall you're going to do just fine. But on the close, absolutely be listening when somebody says that they're ready to buy. Then just throw a softball out there. They say, well, how about I bring a $109 bottle by next week or something like that. It doesn't have to be real formal, but just go ahead and throw it out there and keep it moving along. And I'm going to write a few comments down. All right, what are your comments, guys?
I thought it was good. Just sealing up the close quicker and just more solid. Good opening though.
Yeah, opening any most. I mean, when he had the when he asked you the questions, you know didn't take you very long to answer him back. You were quick, to know about what you were selling.
You knew a lot about your competitors, which is interesting.
Yes. There's one thing that I didn't feel you really did for me, what I would have liked. I kept asking you several times, how did you come to know about Bayer?
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say.
And what you say is the truth. That this is how I was with somebody else's ranch, and that's how I found out about it, and I saw the results that it had, and I said, boy, that's a product I want to sell. So whatever the truth is, that's what you tell somebody. You don't fabricate somebody, just tell them whatever it is. Because people like references and personal experience, and that's what I was asking for, is tell me about personal experience. Okay, so let's write this down and then we'll go on to the next one. So opening and probing, just fine.
I do have a question really fast.
Great.
For you. Like, sometimes, if somebody asks you a question, I've always been told how much, I feel like you should, and you don't know the answer, you say, well, I really don't know, I can definitely find that out and get back to you. Do you feel like that hurts you with a customer.
What is
I mean,
what is always the best policy?
Honesty.
Honesty, absolutely, positively. If somebody asks you a question, now if you think you know the answer, go on, you can say, I think what it is, but I'm gonna find out for sure, and I'll call you back this afternoon or in the morning, and just depend upon the severity, how important it is. Or you say, you know, that's a darn good question. I can get an answer for you right now. Would you mind if I get on the phone? Let's get an answer right now. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's something you'll read at the time. But absolutely,
Yeah.
if you don't
Because
know,
like I knew, honesty is the best policy, and so that goes a long way with them. But then, like I didn't know also, in the long run, if that was like, well, if sometimes because you don't want them to think, well, they don't really know enough about it, and kind of so I should know.
if you're dealing with a reasonable person, they're going to understand that
That
you're
not
new,
everybody knows.
that you're new and that you're fresh and you're learning and you're not going to know everything. But I still know that it's worth my time to invest time in you because you're going to bring information to me. So that's going to be just fine with me as long as you follow up and get an answer back to me. If I'm going to be a pain in the neck, when you've got all these different customers out there, and if you've got other customers you can go spend time with those other customers rather than the pain in the neck. Now,
Right.
sometimes the pain in the neck is got the most money and the most cattle and whatever, so that's just benefits. You did a great job of explaining the benefits. Handling objections. You answered the big one about immunity. Immunity?
habitually and start doing and going to their business.
So you're happy with the evaluation?
Yes, sir.
Everything is great?
That's great.
You're done, you're
I'm done.
finished, and you can sit back
Yeah,
now
sit back and
and
relax.
relax.
That's the good thing about going first.
That's why I like going first. Yeah, and now the others get to go. Okay, who's next? Okay, and I'm a rancher.
Yep.
How many head of cattle?
1,000 head.
There you
There you
go.
go.
That's what I want to hear. That's, yeah, boy. That's
1,000
right.
head of
There you
llamas.
go.
That's right. And where are we going to be?
At your ranch.
At my ranch.
Yeah.
Okay. And do I know you? I don't care if we do or not. It doesn't make any difference. Do I know you or not? I mean, you've called. I don't care if it's a cold call. You tell me. It doesn't make a bit of difference to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Be a cold call.
Cold call? Okay, that's great. I like cold calls. I've done, when you're selling, oh, that's another thing you mentioned. You talked about it's number one in the market. When you've got number one in the market, people will spend time with you. If they won't right then and there, they'll tell you to come back later. So that's a great thing to sell with the best, if not the best product on the market. And I've made lots of cold calls when I was selling Caterpillar, but everybody would see me because I'm a Caterpillar seller. They're going to have to hear what I have to say. So I'm going to hear what you have to say, even though we're cold calling. And same deal. My sons are in the business.
Okay.
Okay. And whenever you're ready to start, we'll start.
All right.
Get out of the dirt, you guys! What are you doing? We got company here. Quit wrestling! I told you to stop it. It looks like we got company, and it looks like on the side of the truck it's Vetericin or Vetericin, or which is it?
Vetericin.
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 It looks like we got a Vetericin rep coming to see us. And who might you be?
I'm Caitlin Garner.
Caitlin, Charlie Meyer, and here are my sons Colby and Jay.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and what the heck have you got? What can you do for us? Tell me all about yourself.
All right.
You got as much time as you want.
Okay, well, I'm with Vetericin, and it is, a very good organic product. If you're running a herd that's organic, grass-fed, you don't necessarily deal with the antibiotics and all the stuff that could jeopardize your organic status.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
This is one of the number one products on the market. It is for wound and skin care. It treats things like
barbed wire cuts.
Yep, lacerations, cuts, irritations, hot spots, pretty much just anything like that you definitely not necessarily want to go to the vet for, but, it's definitely something that needs to be treated and, tended to, so.
What are we using now? What are we doing now? We're just letting the suckers bleed, or what are we doing?
Neosporin.
Neosporin? Yeah. So in other words, what Caitlin is saying, maybe something we might be interested in?
I think so. It'd be an upgrade.
Like it organic.
It'd be an upgrade. What do you mean about organic? Follow up on that.
I like that because I mean, normally we always just give those calves normally like a penicillin B12 mix, and you know that there's a wait out time on that because that damages the meat basically. That's waiting.
Right.
There's calves can't be slaughtered, you know, and stuff's organic. It's not going to affect them, so maybe a good product.
Yeah, and this gets, this starts, right on contact. It starts, kind of healing whatever you've applied it to, and it does not kill the healthy tissue. So, like the tissue or the cells that are around it, it treats the specified area that needs to be treated and nothing else. So, it definitely, does its job, but then, anything else, is just kind of left alone.
Well, how did you come to be familiar with?
I am actually
What is it?
Vetericin.
Vetericin, okay.
Yeah. I use this on my own animals.
Really?
Yes.
For how long?
For probably 5 years now.
Yeah, what were you doing before that?
We were just kind of like the antibiotics, treating them with because my horses aren't necessarily organic.
Is it just for horses?
No, it is for all animals of all ages. It's safe to use on any species, any age.
What about him? We use it on him.
Yeah, it is actually definitely safe to use on skin, even if you get it in your mouth.
What about when the grandkids are around?
It is completely safe. You don't have to worry about. Yeah, you can actually spray it in your mouth.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Whoa.
perfectly fine.
Do we need
So-
to call like poison control?
No, my dad, uses it on me too sometimes. He'll spray it in my throat if I have a sore throat.
And?
It actually works. I mean, it kind of cuts down on the irritation and the redness, and
Well, you certainly have our attention.
so it is definitely a good product. It's made with hydrochloric.
Now, who makes this stuff?
It is a product from Innovaxin,
Mm-hmm.
a company that deals with that, and they also have a human line, and it's called Puricin. But we're talking about your cattle right now, and so this is for animal species.
Now, does, what's the name of the company? What is it?
Innovaxin.
Innovaxin. Does Innovaxin actually make the stuff themselves, or is this made in China?
They actually make it themselves.
Sound a little hesitant there,
Pretty sure they make it themselves.
but you'll get back to me?
Yes,
Okay.
I definitely will get back to you on
Great.
that. That is something that I will have to, look further in, but I'll definitely get back to you.
Okay.
And it is, pretty affordable. A bottle this size is actually going to be about $28. I mean, and this will last you quite a while. I think we keep bottles this size, and we use it for, good 4 months, 6 months, depending on how often we use it.
On both your cows? How many cows you got with, how many months? 4 months?
We use it mostly on our horses.
Mostly on, how many horses you got?
We have 5 right now.
Well, last month, 3 weeks.
Yeah, or maybe by tomorrow afternoon or
I
something.
need a new shipment of it.
We actually.
And how is this applied?
You buy it. You can buy it by the case.
Mm-hmm. No, not how is this applied to the animal? On
Oh,
the cut,
you
on the
just-
wound, on the.
You just get them up, in a pen or wherever you want, like however if you run them through a chute, whatever, and you just spray it onto the wound. It's really easy. You just just squirt it and
That's it?
you're done.
You spray a lot, or just a little bit, or more the merrier? Or how
About 2 squirts will should do it for most.
Is it eye irritant?
Yes.
Okay.
You can use it on the eyes and the ears.
That can be used for pink eye.
Yes.
Okay.
We actually have different products. So we have eye care, and then we also have a gel. And the gel is better used for if you have spots, or irritations that you need something to stay in place, because like you saw when I sprayed it on my hand, it did kind of run.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the liquid is more for like flushing out, or something that you just kind of needs to be clean. And then we have a gel, and it's more for something that needs to be needs to stay. So it could be used for warts or, you know, something to get rid of that. Stuff like that needs to be.
And so, and where will I purchase this? Do I get it down at the feed store, or where do I get it? Are you, is it from you, or how does this work?
You can buy it directly from me, you know, and I will come deliver it, you know, and even, you know, kind of help you you know, the first couple weeks if you want to, you know, have a couple of cows that you need to, you know, test on and to see if you like it, see, you know, make sure that you like the product and that it's going to work for you, and kind of make sure you get the results that you're looking for out of it. But you can also, after that, purchase it from most of your local feed stores. They usually carry it and have it in stock.
Okay, and so how fast acting is this?
Within like 1 to 2 weeks, usually you definitely start seeing, you know, results. Actually, on this page have some things right here. Like, see this one, you know, a cat with a hot spot. You know, this is before, and then after 7 days, you know, it's definitely healed up. And then this one, a horse, you know, with a torn nostril, and then this is after 30 days. So you can definitely kind of see the progress it's, you
Pretty
know,
impressive.
making.
That is pretty impressive.
So
Oh, yeah. Questions?
Neosporin would do that. That's all right.
and it, like, you know, you did make mention of the grandkids, and it's definitely safe. You know, you just store it in room temperature, like at room temperature. You know, and there's no special disposal. You can just, when you're done, just throw the bottle in the trash. You know, if a grandkid or, you know, somebody does get a hold of it, it isn't gonna harm them or affect them anyway.
Do we need to just go with the spray, or do we need to get some gel too, or what do you guys think?
Why should get both of them? Because I think that if you get some wild cow, man, I can get a hold of it and get that gel in there, so I can get that spray and use it.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. We have some horses, you know, that most of the time we can just bring them right up and they'll come right up to us and we can spray them, and then others we do have to, you know, catch them with the halter and bring them up, but it's really easy and quick applying, and it, you know, doesn't sting or, you know, cause, you know, any pain to the animal, you know, to make them.
So we could use some spray and some gel?
Yes. How many bottles do you
Ah, there we go.
So,
I'm thinking one large size each. What do you think?
Oh yeah, give it a try, and after that we.
Okay. Do you have something with you now, or do you come back, or how does this
all
work?
right.
I'm not signing nothing.
Do have a contract of purchase, and
Okay,
I will come
all right.
back, and then that's when we do the.
Now, is this also going to get me Obamacare?
No.
Okay.
But, you know, you sign that, and then when I come back, you know, within the next week, and I'll have, you know, the price sheet and everything filled out. and
Great.
ready to sign.
It sounds wonderful. Well, I'm sure glad you stopped by, and you guys can go back to your wrestling.
All right.
All right, thank you so much for your time,
You
sir.
bet. Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
How'd you do?
Okay.
I think you did a great job.
Okay.
And we were talking before about.
Excuse me, Mr. Meyer, do you have a moment?
Oh, thank you.
Put that on your desk, please.
Oh, right now, yeah.
Well,
yes.
not right now.
Yeah, well,
Anytime. That's part of sales being interrupted, isn't it?
That's-
Yeah.
yeah, we talked about that. And we were talking before about, oops, let me get your dealing walker out here. If you guys want to comment too, you can certainly feel free to comment. But I thought you did a great job, and
Just to call out manager like you've been doing in the past.
Okay. Let me read over your worksheet. Any
Hey Shay, how are you doing?
Amber, good to see you.
Good to see you. It's
How
been
are
a
you?
long time.
I know. How are things?
Good. How about you?
Good. Just staying busy, kind
Of course.
trying to fill the gap between Thanksgiving and Christmas this year.
Always. It's always a struggle, especially since Christmas is later this year.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's not as many days in between, but it's a slow time around here, so we're trying to catch up on some more stuff.
Well, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
How's your daughter?
Good. She's good. Have you seen her lately?
I haven't.
You haven't? Oh, that's too bad, but she's doing well.
Good.
Everybody's good. How's your family?
It's good. It's always nice to get together for the holidays and get to see each other again in a few weeks for Christmas.
Absolutely.
But are you going to the Bedlam game?
I'm going this weekend.
It's going to be a cold one.
It's going to be cold.
It
It's
is,
gonna be
but
cold for
hopefully
you.
it'll be a good game.
Absolutely.
Hopefully. So how's business?
Oh, it's just, like I said, it's kind of slow. We're Helena now, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
I am. Here's the card.
Okay, excellent, thank you. So, what do you got going today?
I am promoting Roundup Ready, or Roundup Power Max, I should say.
Okay.
Here's our label.
Okay.
Now it's like 16 pages long, but it's got all the information on there.
Okay.
And we also have this little handout we're giving people.
Okay.
But it's a really good product. It's made in the United States, which is pretty rare nowadays. It works with all the hard-killing weeds. They're still doing research on it, especially at OSU. They're doing test plots and whatnot.
Okay.
One of the major benefits for it is it can go over the top with your crops. Farmers don't have to worry about when you spray it over the top of your crops and killing your crops. It's going to kill the weeds and not your wheat, soybeans, milo, corn, whatever it might be.
So since this is a 48.7% glyphosate versus the others are less strength, is this going to be it's going to be safe on Roundup Ready?
It will. It'll
soybeans, everything
be
like that?
safe on all Roundup Ready, non-Roundup Ready. It might work a little bit better with the Roundup Ready. We're still doing research on that.
Okay.
But as of what we've come up with right now, it has done a little bit better results with the Roundup Ready.
And you did say that the active was produced in the United States. Glyphosate
Yes.
was produced here.
Yes, it is. It is. It's one of the only glyphosate products that
Yeah.
is produced in the United States with Monsanto. Also, Monsanto is starting to do a rewards program.
Okay.
They haven't been doing that very long, but for however many products for gallons that you buy,
Mhm.
they will reimburse you at the end of the year
As a kind of a percentage program. Okay.
for doing business with them.
Do you know what
So,
the percent is? That that's co-op or is that direct farmer? What is it?
It's direct farmer,
Okay. What's the percentage on that?
10%.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. They are really trying to push business, especially with their new Roundup products.
Okay.
So it might look a little expensive to you at the beginning, but it's a very quality product.
Yeah.
Roundup is a brand name, so you are paying a little bit more for it, but you will get quality results from it.
Okay.
It's got a really good reputation. We haven't had any problems with it at all. A lot of farmers are very pleased with it. Haven't had any concerns.
Yeah, we've had a lot of success, with the Power Max. It's just, we've got people that like it, but frankly, been steering them away because we just have not, we don't have a good relationship with our current supplier on the product.
Okay.
You guys, where's your closest warehouse to?
Blackwell.
Blackwell. Okay. And as far as inventory issues, delivery issues, anything like that, is there anything getting it here?
Definitely. Our customers are number one for us. We go out of our way. We make sure that we get our product to them ASAP, especially, with harvest and everything coming up. You want your things sprayed at, when you want them sprayed. So we will make that our first priority. Now, who have you been doing business with previously?
CPS, Winfield,
Okay.
those kind of people. It's just, we just, for some reason, haven't had very good luck with a steady supplier of the product. I know we're losing some business to other co-ops and stuff that are having a good supply of Power Max, but we
Right.
just unfortunately haven't been. The sales rep just has not taken care of us the way that we want to, so we haven't in return been supporting it, but I believe there is an opportunity there.
Yeah, Helena, we're a very good company. We haven't been in Blackwell very long,
Mhm.
but all of the producers that we have in that town, we're very close with our producers, and we want to help them any way we can.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it's, we've had some issues with selling some generic glyphosates with our current supplier. We're just not getting the control we needed and didn't get very much support from them or the manufacturer on it, so we've been working on something else.
definitely. No, the generics, they're all right. They're cheaper, but I have not seen the same results that I've seen with Roundup Paramount. It's definitely a change. We've done test plots where you can tell the difference with the generic towards the brand, and there's definitely a difference there.
Okay.
So, also with the Roundup Power Max, we have seen to where some farmers are concerned they want to spray right before it rains or storms, to where with the generics they have to wait sometimes an hour to 45 minutes from they spray to when it rains for the plant to absorb the chemical, to where with Roundup Power Max you only have to do 30 minutes before it rains.
Does it got a surfactant included? Is that?
Yes, it does. It's
Okay.
in the label. I know many farmers, that's another reason why they like it, is because they only have to wait 30 minutes before it rains, so where they're not stressing out and make sure it doesn't absorb. So that's definitely a positive with it.
Okay. And this, the tote's 59, 37, 50, and then the 10% rebate.
Yes.
And here goes back to the end user.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and you'll get a check from Monsanto for years of.
And do we sell this in 2.5s?
We do. I just quoted you a tote because that's what most people are buying right now, but
Yeah.
we can do that, yes.
Okay. And what type of terms are you all offering on this? Financing terms? Is it
If
30
you-
or net 60?
30 usually what we do.
Or net 30? Okay.
We can work with you, definitely.
Okay. You know, I know some people are familiar with it. There's also some of our customers that aren't. Is there anything that you can help us out with, getting us some information, test plots, anything like that to help?
Definitely. Yes, we can do test plots with them. We like to compare the chemical they're using now for Power Max, and we can really show them the difference of how well it works compared to what they're using now. So yeah, we'd love to do test plots with people.
Okay.
Definitely, just holler at me and we can get them set up.
Okay. You know, we would, we'd like to, have some support and some information for the customers, and maybe do a display or a field day or something scheduled. I don't know how open you are to that. If we did move forward and decide to start stocking some of this from you,
Yes.
a big deal is the service for us.
Yeah, field days are another thing that Helena likes to do. We did one a couple weeks ago, and we had really good results with it. So we can definitely set up with one here in your area.
Okay, sounds good.
Definitely. So are you thinking anything about maybe purchasing a tote today and let your customers try it out for a little while and see how they like it?
You know, if you can, if you can promise to do a field day and something like that, I'd be interested in bringing in a tote. And
Okay.
also, I'd be interested in doing 5 or 10 cases of the 2.5s,
Yeah.
just so that they can
Try it out in a smaller bulk.
try it out in a
The reason why I like to sell it in the tote is because it's a little cheaper in bulk than it is elsewhere. But
We just have issues, when you get somebody to step off and buy 250 gallons, if they've got to be a committed customer, whereas
Right.
you can convince someone to try, a 2.5 gallon jug of it.
Oh, yeah.
And do a smaller area of it and compare it next to their own glyphosate.
Mhm.
Some people, it's just, you can talk to them all day long, but they're not gonna listen until they see it with their own eyes.
I
So
understand.
that would
Seeing
be
is
something.
believing.
Yeah,
But no, I can definitely hook you up with that, and we can set up a field day so that your customers can see product and how it works, and we can do that.
okay,
So,
yeah, we'll, get in touch with me on some of the dates that you have in mind.
Yes.
For field dates,
Yes, now would you like to sign a contract today
for the
tote? And then I can also make another one up, when I come back next to set up for the field day, talk to you more about that for
Yeah.
the 2.5s.
That's fine.
Okay. Awesome. Alright, I appreciate it, and I will be in contact with you about that.
Okay. Yeah, and get some literature, next time you come, maybe if you have a banner or something about
Yes.
Power Max, we can put it here.
Yeah, we could do that.
A lot of people will be coming through, during the winter, getting feed and stuff, so.
Definitely. Yeah, I can, let's let your family hi.
Will do.
Thank Thank you.
Thank you, Amber.
There's Don.
Okay, well, we have an effective rate of about 95%.
That's pretty
did a-
strong.
It is strong.
Can you document that?
Yes, sir. We do have it documented between 2002 and 2003. We took some immunologically naive horses. They were kind of like their immune systems weren't actually totally on par with the rest of the stock, and we gave them the innovator, and most of them survived compared to the year before when we didn't do it, and we had a lot die that got the West Nile virus. So.
Wow. And how often does this have to be administered? Is this
is
hourly or daily or weekly or monthly or
Just
what?
once in their life. And
One
they're
time.
Good to go.
Like when they were cold, like really little, this time, okay.
Once in their life, and then you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Covered.
That's a little new and different, isn't it?
Definitely new and different.
I like that.
Well, I'll bet the next part is it cost. What? Let's go back. Wasn't there a recall?
I am new to the company, and I didn't know about a recall anytime soon. There might have been a recall a while ago. Can I time out on that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to time out. You wrote down on here one of
know,
my
that's-
objections.
Yeah, I know.
You wrote that down.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. I wrote that down, and then
Yep.
I didn't put it in any of this stuff, so it was kind of like, oh gosh. Yeah,
No,
so
that's
it's kind of
fine.
like I don't remember what
that's
all the
fine.
information was. That's why I would have to get back to you.
I was like, I don't know what to put really
Yeah.
there.
No, and that's fine. Was there one or wasn't there one? Or
There was one, but I'll have to get
and
back
was
to
it
you.
for your company or was it some other company?
It was for Zoetis.
Zoetis,
Or
okay.
it was for it was for a branch of ours. Yeah. So it was the equine branch,
Okay.
but we took care of it.
And what do you mean you took care of it?
I know, like I said, I'm gonna have to get back to you on the cold hard facts of it, but from what I know, we it's all good now. We are all of our products are good on the market, and it was just recalled because there were some testing defects. So we just wanted to make sure
Okay.
the product was good. To
All
go,
right.
so.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy with that. I mean, you've done your studies and results before, and it sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like something we might be interested. What are you guys thinking?
I think so. I mean, I think it'd be something we could sure give a try.
And what do we have to do to try this out? We gonna
Well,
try it on Old Blue for a month or so, or how does this work?
Well, I can come by and just bring a couple of cases by this next following Thursday, and I'll just, if that's good with you guys.
And a couple of cases is gonna treat how many horses?
It will treat. How many is in your stock right now? How many did you guys get through your clinic even?
About 200 every 3 weeks.
Okay, it will treat 200 for about 3 weeks. So what
Do
we
we-
can do.
Do we want to try it immediately on everything, or we want to stick with what we got, or what do you guys think?
Maybe try on a few just
Okay.
to see how.
Well, I can bring by. We have a smaller case that we bring. You know, it's a testing case for about. It's good for about 2 weeks, and I can bring that by whenever you guys would like it this week, and then I'll follow up with you guys the next week and go from there.
That is a question. How long does this last? Like, I mean,
In
you
the
have
shelf
to-
life?
Yeah, like
Shelf
shelf
life?
life, and how is there a special, like?
We
way
gotta
you have to keep
refrigerate
it?
it. I mean, I gotta. In other words, I gotta take the beer out of my refrigerator and make room for this stuff.
Yes, sir. If you only have one refrigerator, but if you keep the vaccines and the beer together, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay.
That's fine.
Just, let's see. Which one do I want? Okay.
But definitely keep it refrigerated. But it shouldn't be any different on anything than your other vaccines. But you are getting a 4-in-1 vaccine, so.
That appeals to me greatly.
It does.
Well, I'm really happy that you called, and I'm really happy that you came by to follow up, and we're really looking forward to your results, because it's, our reputation for our business is on the line, and anything you can do to help us to get a sterling strong reputation in the community is absolutely important and dollars in our pocket. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
Next time we show up at lunch, don't forget there are 3 of us.
That sounds good.
Thank you, Tanner.
Nice meeting you, buddy.
Yes.
Okay, how'd you do? I'm gonna go back through the rest of this stuff. I got all of your, worksheets from all of you. I read all of them carefully. and I'm gonna read a few excerpts.
Oh goodness.
One says, they wanted to invest in a new West Nile virus vaccine because their current suppliers went out of business. Suppliers, possessive. What should that be? Current supplier went out of business. Here's a sentence. Go ahead and laugh. You're next.
I'm gonna get it. We don't have to be
My
very good when it comes to
long-term
this.
objective is to make customers feel at ease and relax when working with me. If they will enjoy my service so much, they recommend my service and product to others. My short-term goals to buy my product because they trust me and realize I respect whatever they're trying to accomplish and want to help them reach their goals. What's missing there?
Punctuation.
Period.
Yeah, that's just one big long sentence. The gel is safe and not toxic. Okay, but probably should be non-toxic. And
Communications major.
and the first year I will have a customer us it on an injured animal for a week. Us it on an animal.
What?
You might use it.
Might use it on an animal.
Yeah.
Okay,
And we're down. Let's hear about it.
and stick with me, cameraman. We're going to go one more, and then I'm going to tell you why we're doing this. Not the real deal, and may not be getting the full effect. Yep. And then over a period of time, begin to sell the prospect numerous bottles. Sell, yeah. And why do I bring this up?
Because we should have done a better job with that.
Why?
Because you were going to read
When?
it before.
No, not for me. Not for my benefit. What are we talking about? Just talk real world.
I mean, if you
In the future.
in the future, if you have a customer, they're looking over something and you make mistakes, simple mistakes by that, just for not paying attention or proofreading, then how do they know that you're not going to make a mistake?
Absolutely,
Funny how much
positively
you
right.
trust right
You
there.
bring your full credibility into question when there's something simple like that. So absolutely, positively. Okay, I'm a prospective employer, and I've got 2 resumes, and I got 2 people that I'm really, really, really interested in. One has got grammatical error and typos, and the other one doesn't, and I can't make up my mind which way I'm going to go. Yeah. So, absolutely, check. There's spell check. Have somebody else read it. Something important. Have somebody else read it, because chances are, if you make a mistake one time, you're probably going to make that a whole bunch of. You're going to make that same. And I do it too. That's same with me. That's why I do my presentations. When I do a sales proposal or a bid or whatever, I do the whole thing. Then I put it down. And then 24 hours later, I get up and I start all over again because to see what I missed and what needs to be done. So, grammar is just hugely, hugely important. That's what I have for the camera.
Thank you for telling us, of course, that. That's very helpful.
Which part was? That part?
Everything you just said, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Communications.
Yeah, but that being said, you guys all did a great job. I've been doing this for a long time, and I would say that you are certainly average, if not above average, and you guys were prepared. And I hope you're having fun doing this.
Oh yeah.
It was
All right.
actually a lot of fun.
All right. Well, let's go through.
I'm about to clap my hands, so just ignore me.
Does that mean cut?
No, I'm trying to learn how to synchronize cameras, and that's kind of a trick you can do.
Oh, and the lights go off. The clock goes, right?
It's like at the beginning of a take, they'll say take 5, and then they clap the thing together. That's what they're doing.
Yep, appropriately dressed. And when you dress, you don't want to.
I got you. I did not know.
Had a class out there?
Yeah, we actually.
Really?
Like our Aggie Club and all that
It's all farm related. even the Yeah.